Hello and welcome to Martyn Lucas Investor. My name is Sensei and we are here for the morning forecast. So thank you everyone for tuning in. We're here every morning, same time, and this is where we look at the new top stories of the day, the charts of the day, and we decide, is it going to be a thundery day ahead in the markets? Is it going to be a calm day, with not much going on, maybe some nice accumulation and sideways action, or is it going to be one of those days where we make a lot of money? So that's what we're going to decide today, and hopefully they don't take the money away from us when we make it. So thank you everyone for tuning in. What do we have on the card today? Well, we've got rumours, lots and lots of rumours circulating X this morning and yesterday about Jerome Powell resigning, being fired. So we're going to dig deep into that. But spoiler alert, I don't believe it for a second. We will get into that. He is speaking today. We've got lots to analyse on that as well. But spoiler alert straight away, I do not believe it for a second. I hope everyone got their morning issue of the newsletter. You can read along with me. Monday, the 2nd of June. We've got the markets down, Bitcoin down 1%, Ethereum down 2%, XRP around $2.15, down 1.3%. We've got the S&P futures down this morning as well. Only thing up is all the commodities and bonds. Bonds up 1%, oil up as well, gold up as well. Unfortunately, the oil one's actually outdated. It's actually up more than that. You've got the newsletter, the show that you're watching now. Did you guys like the thumbnail? Let me know. I thought it was a funny one because that's what everyone's saying on X. We'll get onto the top story. There we go. We've got the top stories of the day we're going to get into very shortly. The tariffs coming back, the China tension, the Ukraine tension, all sorts going on in the markets today. But first, let's welcome everyone into the show. If you have just tuned in, please do hit the like button. If you haven't done so already, please do also subscribe. We've got 153 people in the show, so we should get 150 likes. Let me see what the comments are today. Cosmin, you're not very happy with the thumbnail. I'm quite happy with the thumbnail. It got you into the show, so it did the job. But as I said, it's the reason for the thumbnail is to engage in the show, and then we give you the news. The news right now on X is Jerome Powell's being fired or he's resigning. That's what I'm getting your attention for because that's what people are talking about. Then you come into the show and you get the news. So it's not... This is an awesome video cover, lol. See, Motto A-Team loves it. Thank you, Motto. Good morning, everyone. James is here. Robbie C is here. Jerry is here. If Powell resigns, hyperinflation, here we come. Yes, let's hope he doesn't, because I don't think he's been doing a terrible job, in my opinion. Again, not an economist, but that wouldn't be a good sign for the markets if he resigns. Powell, yes. What are we thinking? People manipulation again for XRP? Yeah, it does seem like it's going back down to $2. We'll get onto XRP in this show as well. Morning, Sensei. Morning. Mike is here. Good morning, everyone. Motto is $2.08 and bounce back up. Thank you for that. Good morning, everyone. Good afternoon, everyone. Trump can't fire Powell. Yes, that is true. Yolanda, he can't, and we'll get onto that. He can resign, though, but he has no intention of doing that either. Is it official that he's resigning? If he does, will we see it? Yeah. So, Steve, it's not official. There is rumours circulating. I don't know where they're coming from. Is there a chance he resigns today? Yes, there is. Do I think he will? I don't think so. And I'll get onto that. There is definitely a chance he does. The rumours are circulating. They must have emerged from somewhere, but I don't think they are true. Still reading the newsletter. Take your time, says Yestin. We love it, Yestin. We'll go through it together. Thank you for being a subscriber to the newsletter. Unverified rumors, yes. So Powell is speaking today, and the speculation is he might resign. That is exactly correct, Ryan. He is speaking today, and the speculation is he might resign. I'll give you some further thoughts on that in a second. Think if you comment and send super chats, you get more XP. I prefer XRP, says XRP John T. I love it. Yeah, rumors still move the markets. Yes, they do. Would be great if we got XRP instead of XP, says Steve. Let's get through these comments and get onto the stories. Yes, we moved to do. Hey, please don't shoot me down. But how do I get a 7-day trial for the newsletter? Is the newsletter set by mail or how do you receive it? Eli B, thank you for asking that question. There's nothing wrong with asking that question. Basically, what you do, and if anyone in the chat hasn't done this yet, you get the daily newsletter and the deep dives and the community on there. What it is this link here. You click on it. When you click that link, you get taken to this page here. Once you're on this page here, you can see it's a 7-day free trial page, and the 7-day free trial is on the annual plan, the one that's highlighted. That works out to about $10 a month, about 30 cents a day for a lot of research, hours and hours and hours of research a day, and that's on the annual plan. And that's how you get the 7-day free trial. You select it, and then if you try it out, you don't like it, you unsubscribe within the 7 days. If you stay with after 7 days, it will charge you. If you just want the free content, which is somewhat previews and maybe some content in the future, you can do the free one. Definitely subscribe either way, free or annual. Annual, you get access to everything. So that's how you do it, and that's how you get your 7-day free trial. 30th like. Good morning, Sensei. Is going to be a great Monday, Mario. Well, that's very optimistic. I like how you're feeling. Still think it's better. Sensei goes through it. It's easier because I'm talk. I can't because I am talk. I can listen to it because I am a talk. Talk. What does that mean? Talk. Okay. I don't know the meaning of that word. Sorry, Eli. Yeah, we go through it, but most of the time we can't go through everything. The deep dives as well. There's lots that we don't go through as well. Imagine Powell talks. Everyone expects resignation, and he cuts rates. Yeah, that wouldn't be very good. An emergency rate cut would be a bad sign, in my opinion. It shows panicking. Please send prayers and good wishes for Rod with Power Group. Lucas Ace Unite. Yes, Rod has had an incident. He is okay. He's had a few people. He's been caught in an altercation. I don't know the best way to put it. He's put it on X. Rod from Power Group, one of our friends of the channel, one of the supporters of the channel. We support his channel. He supports ours. He's got a great channel called Power Group. He's in hospital at the moment. So if we can send him some love, that would be great. Thank you, Stacey, for reminding me. We're going to get onto the main news stories of the day. We're just welcoming everyone into the show. Good morning. Jerome Powell will speak at 1 p.m. Yes, he will. Where did we get up to? Yeah, there. I'm putting out a crypto and putting my money in the S&P on the next dip. Good luck to you, Dale Fish. Yeah. Good morning. Hello, James. My friend Joe Harrington is here. If he wants to keep his chair, he could use cut rates as a surprise. After 7 days, we pay one time 119 or no. If Eli B, if you choose the annual plan, it's a one-time fee, which works out $10 a month, but it's a one-time fee of $120. If you don't want that, you can do the monthly. You can do the 7-day free trial, then cancel it, go on to the monthly, or just pay the annual or switch to the free. But yeah, if you choose the annual, is the meaning of annual is you get charged once for the annual subscription. Talk at work. Elaborate, thank you. Yes, there will be newsletters coming out throughout the day as well with our deep dive. Sorry, Sensei, two things at once. Doing two things at a time. Ellie. Eli. What do you mean? Ellie. Eli, am I saying your name wrong? Is it Eli? If it's Eli, say 1. If it's Ellie, say 2. I think it's Eli. I think we correct ourselves. If it's Eli, put 1 in the chat, please. Nothing great about the pump and dump on Zebec. No. Hope Rod is well. Wish him the best and lots of help. Yeah, Sensei, when do you think the bottom for XRP if it keeps dipping? Well, $2 is the initial bottom, then definitely lower targets as well if we enter more of a recession or bear market. If you have time, please can you look at the IPO Robinhood has for area? I believe it's similar to Archer, but I don't have a lot of information. Just fluffy. Thank you very much. I will leave that to Martyn because he does more of the fundamental analysis. I don't have Robinhood on display here, so I can't look into it, but we can definitely see if Martyn can. Okay, let's get onto the charts, the news, everything going on today. If you have just tuned in, hit the like button. If you haven't done so already, please do subscribe. How many likes are we on? Did we hit our magic 100 likes? Let's check. 66 likes. We can do better than that. Come on, guys. Let's hit the like button, please. Let's get that done. Eli is okay, but I like to hear Ellie. It sounds better. Ellie B. Okay, we'll go Ellie B. You prefer Ellie B? Okay, just let me know in the chat if that's what you prefer, because that's what I will call you if that's what you prefer. Oh, James is saying get the music on. Okay, we're going to get onto the charts. Bitcoin's breaking down. XRP is well below $2.30. We've got escalations of the war. Let's just have a little bit of good news and let's put some music on to cheer everyone up and get the likes up. So this is all. James is calling for our like song. Yeah, Steve he is, and that's why we're going to put it on. Smash that like button. Let's get to 100. Let's do it.
And people are living together in seemingly perfect harmony until one day a young man.
Let's do it from the beginning because we love that eagle at the beginning. Let's get it on again and we'll get into the markets. If you haven't done so already, hit the like button, subscribe. If you've already subscribed and hit the like button, there's the newsletter link. If you've already signed up to a newsletter, then this is what I want you to do. I want you to go crazy with these things in the comment section. Everyone should have access to it and you can click on them, and that's an additional way of liking. So let's put the music on, let's listen to the eagle, and let's get ready. Oh, wrong one. Sorry, let's do it again. Let's do it again, and then we'll get into all the news and all the charts.
The year is 1991. Birds and people are living together in seemingly perfect harmony until one day a young man catches fire. This is Phoenix.
That was the quickest ever. You guys hit the like button. I love it. Let's keep it going.
Like a phoenix, you burst in a fire, burn, a thirst and desire. You transform right up in a flash. You spread your wings to rise from the ashes. Phoenix, you burst in a fire, burn, a thirst and desire. You transform right up in a flash. You spread your wings to rise from the ashes.
Thank you everyone for participating. We hit 100 likes, the quickest we have. So I really do appreciate that. We're going to get on to the top stories. Tim Rogers is here. Thanks for the review yesterday for PMI. Yes, Philip Morris. Ticker symbol PM, Tim Rogers, not PMI. You got us confused there. Thank you, Tim, for the support of the channel. Do we miss anything? People should hit the like button on the way in. It's kind of like taking your shoes off at the door. Yes, exactly. Why do we need to ask? Why do I need to ask you to take your shoes off when you're halfway through the house? It's not very nice, is it? You just need to. It's nice etiquette. Just like on the way in, take your shoes off on the way in. James is calling. I'd actually be interested to know who actually, because I know some cultures, some different places, people, whatever. Some take the shoes off when they walk in, some don't. Can you put yes? We will get into the news of today, I promise. But this is interesting. I would like to know, put yes in the chat if you take off shoes when you walk into a home or in your house. Do you take off shoes when you walk in? Put no if you don't expect that or you don't do it. Put yes if shoes off, no if shoes on. Yes, shoes on, no shoes off. Yes, shoes on, no shoes off. Put that in the chat while we go into the main stories of today, and that gives us a little insight of what's going on today. So, here in Hungary, yes, XRP John. Interesting. Okay, what do you need to know today? This is part of the newsletter. Jim Rickett says no. Dale Fish says yes. William Myers says no. Oh, interesting. More no's than I was expecting. UK, yes. The missus would kill me, lol. Yes, but we're getting the responses. Yes, but you have to have house loafers. Nice. Yes, Denmark. It depends. When we mop, says Motto 18. Mikey says yes, yes. The first thing I do when I walk home is make a cup of tea, says James. That's not the answer to the question. Mario says yes. We need to support the crash, need more shares, Mike. I take mine off when I go home, but I don't expect people to take their shoes off if they come into my place. Jay Harrington, love it. Shoes off, slippers on, says Raven. Okay, well, we started off with a few no's, and now it's mostly yes. Interesting. Thanks for that insight into your lives. Yes, you can use the indoor slippers. I love it. Yes, you do need indoor slippers. If the floor is cold, if you're expecting people to take their shoes off, provide some indoor slippers. I love it. What are shoes? Shoes off, you don't... Oh, we've got more comments coming in. Shoes off, you don't know what's the floors of those public bathrooms. Yes, Josh Monroe, I agree. Morning Sensei, depends my house. Yes, others... Depends my house. Yes, others, it depends on what they like. Yes, Chris Fulton. Yes, shoes off. Yes, slippers or loafers, as good as socks. Brilliant. Thanks for that. Okay, the top news stories of today. Shoes off, damn it, says Armada. Tariff tensions rattle global markets. So here we go again. Remember, this is part of the newsletter we provide every single day. I'll give you the link to it while we're going through it. So the story, the President Trump has threatened 50% tariffs on imported steel and aluminum, escalating trade tensions with China. In response, Beijing accused the US of seriously violating trade agreements, intensifying fears of renewed global trade war. So 90-day pause was there, as I said to you guys when that came out. Great news for the short term, but you've just kicked the can along the road. Are they going to come to an agreement later on? Well, right now it seems like it's getting heated once again. And that can heat up very fast, and it can cool off very fast. They can come to a deal, the markets rally, they can, what it looks like right now, escalating tensions, that can heat up very fast. We've seen previously how quickly that heated up, so always have that in the back of your mind. You can see what that's done to the markets, everything down, gold up. Bitcoin faces pressures amid breakout. We've got Bitcoin trading around 104,000. We've got the chart of the day on for today, so we'll go on to the Bitcoin chart as well. Number 3, UK house prices rebound. Remember last month they came down 0.6%. This month they're back up 0.5%. So the average house price in the UK is $273,427. And the annual growth is 3.5% versus forecasted 2.9%. So why it matters, demand remains strong despite rate uncertainty, boosted by a low unemployment, rising wages and easing mortgage rates. Mortgage rates coming down, mortgage rates, lower percentages needed, more mortgages being approved, unemployment at very low levels, wages are going up. We did think that would be an issue. Remember, markets are proving more resilient than many feared post-stamp duty incentives. stamp duty incentives sort of going away after the last budget, which had an effect last month, but we have rebounded this month. Powell resignation rumors. So this is the big story of the day. Something that there's a lot of news going around. So Powell resignation rumors swell, but don't bet on it. What's circulating? Social media, especially X, lit up over the weekend with speculation that Fed Reserve Chair Jerome Powell might resign. But let's be clear, there is no official confirmation, and Powell has publicly stated in the past that he has no intention of stepping down, even amid political pressure. Betting markets reflect on that. On Polymarket, you know what Polymarket is that betting thing where you can bet on basically anything. It's run on the blockchain. On Polymarket, the odds of resignation remained extremely low, around the 15% mark, indicating most serious observers see this as noise rather than signal. What's confirmed? What is the news? What can we go off? What is actually happening? Well, today, Powell will speak at 1 p.m. Eastern Time. Today at the Fed's International Finance Division 75th anniversary conference. Markets will be watching closely for any tonal shift. He met with President Trump on May the 29th. Reporters say Trump pushed for more aggressive rate cuts, but Powell doubled down on his stance. Monetary policy will remain data-dependent, not politically driven, and independent of who's in charge. So the bottom line is the Fed chair resigning would be a major, major, major shock. But right now, there is no real evidence of it's happening. Markets are alert, but not panicking. So markets are sort of taking it into account, but they are not pricing this at all. If this does happen, and we'll be covering it live on the show, so make sure you are subscribed. If he does resign, this would be unprecedented. I don't know where the markets will go. I mean, just like if we have an emergency rate cut, in theory, everyone gets happy, but actually behind the scenes, everyone will panic because if you've got emergency rate cuts going on, something major is going wrong and they've failed at their job. So, and that would emergency rate cuts normally result in market sell-offs. Because they're not doing their job properly. Just like if Fed Chair Powell resigned, that would be a shock to the market. I would go under the same interpretation that, again, we haven't seen this before, so we don't know how it would react, but would go under the same sort of interpretation that that wouldn't be a good sign for the markets. That would show instability, uncertainty, and panic. So no rumors. The rumors are there. Rumors have been circulating. They're everywhere, but we don't believe them. But we will cover it in case. Another something else that's been pushing the markets down: Ukraine-Russian escalation and peace talks impact the market. So Ukraine and Russia are engaging in second round of peace talks in Istanbul today, following Ukraine's significant drone strikes on Russian military airfields yesterday, including deep within Russian territory. The Ukrainian proposal includes a 30-day ceasefire and the return of prisoners and displaced children. Market implications. European defence stocks have surged in response to the escalating conflict. The Stocks Europe 600 Defence Index rose 1% on the day. The UK Strategic Defence Review outlines plans to increase defence spending to 2.5% of GDP by 2027, with ambitions to reach 3%. So why does this all matter? The ongoing conflict and military escalations are prompting European nations to bolster defence budgets, impacting markets and investor sentiment. Again, that defence sector that we've been talking about for a good few months has been the best performing sector, I would say, of the year. Along with commodities such as gold. Investors should monitor these developments in peace talks and the defence spending commitments, as these factors influence market dynamics, particularly in the defence sector. The main story of today is the US-China rift widens, market shudder in response. That is the main story of today. I give you all the investor insights, what to look out for, the key takeaways, and I'll read the first paragraph and then I'll let you guys go into the newsletter and read the rest, because it gives you sort of what I'm doing, what I think is going to happen, and key things to look out for. But the first paragraph of this is: Over the last few days, a federal trade truce between US and China has begun to unravel. Late last week, US President Donald Trump accused China of totally violating a recent trade agreement by allegedly holding back exports of critical minerals. Beijing fired back on Monday, firmly rejecting Trump's claims and accusing the US of seriously violating last month's truce deal in Zurich. Both sides are now ratcheting up tensions. Washington expanded export controls on advanced semiconductors, even halting some chip software shipments, and announced a steep tariff hike on steel imports to 50%. In response, China's Commerce Ministry vowed to take forceful measures to safeguard its interests and even skipped a key international defense summit in protest. What started as political posturing is veering dangerously close to the breakdown of trade peace, with disputes now spanning trade, technology, and security. Things are escalating again, and we have to be wary of that. We have to manage our risk appropriately. Things can change with a phone call. A phone call can come in place and everything goes down once again, or a phone call can come in place and the deal is sorted. Right now, we're veering on the edge of the first scenario, which is escalation. We've already got tariffs for steel hiked to 50%. We've got the AI chips scenario where NVIDIA was talking about on their earnings call last week. We've got China now vowing for forceful measures and skipping major defense summits. The market is not reacting very well. Steel stocks obviously reacting well, so you can always make money within these things. And if you know, for example, war in Ukraine, unfortunately, not very good thing going on, but the defense sector will be rallying, and the defense sector has. Tariffs not very good. However, steel stocks in the US are rallying. So there's money to be made, and this newsletter will help you understand what the dynamics are, and you'll learn over time what all of this means. So again, the investor insights. Tech and auto sectors are also caught in the crosshairs. US chip export bans hit semiconductors and design software firms. China may delay rare earth shipments, a blow to EV supply chains here in the US, or I say here in the US, or in the US. China exposed stocks face volatility. Meanwhile, domestic US steel and defense names could benefit from tariffs and rising geopolitical focus. A single Trump-Xi call could reverse sentiment or escalate it further. So avoid knee-jerk trading, hedge trade sensitive holdings, look for quality stocks on oversold fear. Key takeaways for retail investors: the US-China standoff is back on center stage, and it can influence your portfolio. Ensure you're not overexposed to sectors caught in the crossfire like semiconductors. Manufacturing is dependent on Chinese markets. Maintaining a balanced mix of assets and some extra caution can help weather the ups and downs. Keep an eye on diplomatic moves like potential leadership call or new trade talks that could possibly swing market sentiment. Above all, remember that patience and diversification are your allies when it comes to driving the day-to-day market. In short, expect volatility ahead, but don't let short-term noise derail a sound investment strategy. Remember, nothing I say is financial advice. We've got the top gainers of the day today. Oil up nearly 4%. That's going to have some inflation implications. We've got gold up on uncertainty 2%. Nothing else is really up. We've got GME up 1.3%, Tilray up 1%. We've got losers as well. Everything's slightly down today, so they don't really make it onto the top gainers or top losers market. ZBCN is down 14%, Kasama's down 4.7%. The biggest losing stock on my watch list is Rivian, down 1.72%. Google, Tesla are both down about 1.5%. So looking at those markets, you've got Bitcoin breaking support. We'll come on to that. That is the chart of the day. If you've got the newsletter, you've already got it, and you can have it in front of you as well. You've got Bitcoin retesting those 106,000. I mean, if anyone took that short trade, they're already in the profit. 1.7% on a high leverage position would be a beautiful trade, just bouncing, testing support as resistance, or consolidating as resistance. So we are targeting maybe 102,000, 100,000, and even as low as 94,000 if these things escalate. You've got XRP, which we took the trade on, where I closed my leverage long positions at $2.30 because that was showing very big signs of weakness, and ever since it has been moving down. So again, $2 is next on the cards for XRP. That's technically what's next on the cards. Again, it can suddenly jump up if Jerome Powell does gives a good speech or whatever, or some good news comes out. But the next technical zone is $2. If this downtrend continues, you've got gold as well. Wow, look at that, now up over 2% on the day. Remember, never go against the trend, and even and gold has been in this beautiful uptrend. Now coming back to $3,365. Looking for another breakout of this zone. So again, that's why I like to have gold as part of my portfolio, because it's a hedge against the rest of things. It's a hedge against inflation. It's a hedge against uncertainty. So gold is now up 2% on the day. You've got oil really rallying today, up 4.3% after that double bottom we identified. Now it's coming up to some resistance around $63. We'll see if it gets as high as $67. We've got the S&P 500 down on the day right now. It's struggling to make new highs. We had that shooting star candle there showing that the bears were in control, and we couldn't get quite up to $6,000. Now we're looking to see if we're going to consolidate or fall back lower. So a bit of weakness there in the S&P 500. The same thing going on in the NASDAQ as well. Whether this is some sideways accumulation or the start of a downtrend, we don't know yet, but we do have reason to believe that the highs for now are in, and we might start creating lower lows. So we will keep an eye on it. Bitcoin is already creating those lower lows. The broader indexes are uncertain on the direction they should head at. Remember, these candles that we got like on Friday, they're indecision candles. The buyers are trying to come in. The bears are not letting the buyers come in. Indecision candle, shooting star candle. Actually, today we're going to have a lesson on. So if anyone's part of the premium Discord, we're going to be looking at all of these candlestick patterns. So I'm going to give you this. We've got a course that we're doing on Discord, $2.99. It's the cheapest you will ever see anywhere. In fact, it's free because it wasn't part of the benefits when people signed up. It's just an addition where we're going to be going through how to read charts, everything about technical analysis, and today's lesson is all about candlesticks and what different candlesticks mean and all that sort of stuff. So there is the link that will be coming out today. If you want to join the Discord, you click on that link, you scroll down, and you go and become a premium member. So what else do we have? We've got that's NASDAQ. Not as bearish as Bitcoin or the crypto market. It's still in the sideways action moving market. We're just waiting for some more clarity in the market, whether that's a down clarity or upwards. We've also got, let's go to the stock market and see what's moving today. Why is my extended hours not there? There we go. Tilray is now moving up a bit further, up 1% on the new day. If we go over the 12-hour candles, you can see it. Baba is up 1%. GME is still up 1%. Coca-Cola's flat. Dollar Tree's flat. Five is up a little bit. Joby's flat. Coinbase is flat. You've got a lot of things around the down 0% to 1%. That's the market's waiting to see what Jerome Powell says today. So that's going to be a big event we're covering live on the show. So do get prepared for the Jerome Powell event. That's going to shape the day for today. So far, we've got a bit. The crypto market is foreseeing what's going on, with Bitcoin leading the gains. And when I say leading the gains, it's not down the most, but it's what the crypto market looks at. And Bitcoin is down 1.5%. Therefore, you've got the altcoins down much more than that as well. Let's go to your comments. We'll come on to some more stories and what's on the radar for this week. If you do want us to have a quick look at your stock or crypto, if you've got a 6-month or above badge, or if you want to do a $4.99 super chat, I can do that for you before we move over to Martyn in about 12 minutes time. Slippers. Good morning. In Sweden, we take shoes off. Yes. Nice sunny day in the UK today. Yeah, it is. Getting there. A few clouds. We are going to move. Does anyone feel like they're trying to get paper hands out before the real bull run starts? The manipulation is real. I hope he doesn't resign, but if he wants to, I hope he enjoys whatever. Thank you, Peter. There's some kind words. Mr. Clockwork's in today. Been trying to shake people out for a while. It will get real soon. And let me know what you think. Still not listed on Binance or Clock. Mr. Clockwork, what are you talking about? Been trying to shake people up for a while. It gets real soon. I've grown numb to dip, says Steve. Haven't we all? I mean, I've been investing in XRP for about 6 years, and they always come. The dips come. It's brutal. To be fair, we haven't seen much of it in the last 6 months. Most of it's just been upside. This is nothing compared to the last 6 years. If Powell resigns, how's that going to be for American economy for the next 3 years? I don't know about the next 3 years, but the short term, it will definitely, in my opinion, would be a bad move. Depends who replaces him. Yeah, well, that's exactly right. I mean, I don't know who's going to be replaced. I don't know what the policy is going to be for the next 3 years. Everyone's going to have to make new memes. This is horrible. Well, it is 10. Well, it's 10 p.m. here. Matt. Oh yeah, you're at the other side of the world. It's not quite time for bed, is it? Maybe in the next half an hour it is, but at least you get to get the morning insights. East Coast Australia. Candles for the win. Candles for the win, says Peter. Close to Sydney. How long to Powell switch? I'm tired. 1 p.m. Eastern time. What time? Let me find out for you. What's 1 p.m. Eastern time? 1 p.m. Eastern time in Ukraine. Oh god, yeah, you'll probably be awake by the time it's 6 p.m. UK time. So you're looking 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 5 hours, just under 5 hours, it seems. Yeah, you might want to go to bed. I'm coming to London next month, says A. We love that. Good. I asked Binance Customer Service to add to list Zebec maybe 5 times, so I wonder why. Maybe they will. They probably will now. I mean, it's probably in their pipeline. I need to be more active in the Discord. Maybe buy more EU. 3 p.m. in Qatar. Thank you. Okay. If you're not a member, you can become a member on that membership link. YouTube member. You can ask your questions. You get your comments replied to. Members only videos. Members only live chats. Maybe members only lives. You get access to being able to ask for earnings calls, you get chart requests, you get the birthday songs, and I'm sure there's much more I'm forgetting, but that's for about $2 a month. You can also have the Discord access as well. You get the premium channels, you get to talk to me and Martyn 24/7, you get the training videos, you get the live chat room that's just been added, and that's there. The other thing we have is the newsletter. Deep dives every morning. You get the top stories you need to know, the charts of the day. That's the link over there. You've also got the merch store. If you want to support us with merchandise, there is the merch store. Let me show you the merch store very quickly. Let me go onto the main site here. You've got the XRP merch. If you want some XRP merch, the 11 ounce is sold out. We've got the 15 ounce still available. Only 3 left. 3 left of the bigger mugs. You've got the jumper and t-shirt bundle where you can save. That's the mug. That's the XRP mug. XRP hooded. Oh yeah, the ZBCN. You've got the ZBCN merch as well. So if I go onto the mugs or XRP merch, they're quite similar. You've got, I think this one's sold out. The 11 ounce is sold out. That's the official logo that we pay a license fee for. So it's not a fake mug. That's why the prices might be a bit higher. So every time we sell a mug, we basically give money to the creator of the logo. So yeah, that's the 11 ounce is sold out. The 15 ounce, there's still 6 available. So if you want the ZBCN mug, you can go onto the page. You've got the buy the dip mug, only 7 available of them. Where's the Lucasades mug? I know that one's on low supplies. Oh yeah, here we go. Lucasades win. Only 2 available of them. Once they're gone. They're removed from the site. So a lot of things on the site that are nearly sold out. You've got the novelty items as well. Buy like Buffett t-shirt and mug combo. You can get the t-shirt there. On the back it says buy like Buffett. On the front you've got a quote, be greedy when others are fearful, and you can get them both together as a discount. You can also get a further discounts if you spend £100, I think you get 20% more, and if you spend £110, you get a free mug for the big spenders. I know there's a lot of people that come in and they buy a lot, so we want to reward them as well. So that's the merch store there. So do check that out as well. Going back to the newsletter. So on the radar this week, We've got a lot going on. Once again, a busy week. It's never not a busy week. On the radar, week June the 2nd to the 7th. Today, Fed Jerome Powell speaks at 1 p.m. Eastern Time, joined by Fed officials Laurie Logan and Austin Glusman. US ISM manufacturing PMI and Eurozone manufacturing data is released. US Senate returns from recess and resumes debate on tax and spending legislation. Tomorrow, you've got Eurozone inflation, unemployment data is published. Fed, Guzman and Logan speak again alongside Bank of Japan Governor Kazu. Oh, Bank of Japan Governor speaking tomorrow. I write these, but then I forget what I'm writing because I'm because we're looking at the economic calendar when I do this. So the Bank of Japan Governor Kazu. The reason this is important is because we've just done a newsletter on a deep dive. Again, we didn't go through it all. I'm sure here it is. The carry trade. Why that's so important. Sensei's Insight, the carry trade is a big, long one, but it's one of the most important trades of the century, really. The carry trade is so important. You need to know everything about it, especially before the next Bank of Japan policy meeting. And we've got Bank of Japan Governor speaking tomorrow. So once you subscribe to the newsletter, you get access to everything before. It's not just like an email newsletter. Yes, you do get an email, but you can have it on the app, you can have it on the web, and you can go back and look at different stories. So Wednesday, June the 4th, Bank of Canada rate decision, expecting a cut. Fed, Raphael Bostic and Lisa Cook deliver remarks. And we've got the earnings for Dollar Tree. So you can always book in these earnings. I think Martyn says $10 super chat for the earnings to be booked in. And then we cover the full earnings. Thursday, June the 5th, ECB rate decision, another 25 basis points cut widely expected. We've got China's services PMI, Fed's talking again, and we've got Broadcom earnings. On Friday, we've got non-farm payrolls, key labour reports, forecasts. Reserve Bank of India rate decision, Eurozone retail sales, and earnings for Five Below. We update this every day, so if there's anything I've missed out for Tuesday, for example, I will be looking, and if there's any speeches, Trump talking, I'll let you know what's going on. We update this newsletter every single day. At the beginning of the day, at the beginning of the week, I like to give you a rundown of what's going on this week. Tomorrow, we'll probably focus on just what's happening tomorrow. So chart of the day, this is in the newsletter. You can have a look at the chart of the day and why Bitcoin's chart's very important. I give you all the levels and all my thoughts on that as well in the newsletter. So there is the newsletter link. Why has that happened? Okay, is there anyone with a 6-month and above badge that wants a chart review? If not, if you want to do a $4.99 super chat, we can do a look at your chart. Martyn's going to be going live very shortly. I would imagine in the next 5 minutes. We'll have a link from him so we can add that on. We've gone through the top stories of the day. The main story, let me just reiterate what the main story of the day was. Well, there's two. One is the what's going on with China. That's actually the what markets are going to be looking at more. That's what's causing the sell-off is the China-US issue and the escalating tensions. The one that most retail. You have more time if needed. I'm going live in 30 minutes. I'm going to have lunch very shortly. Sorry, guys, I would stay live, but I've got lunch waiting for me at past. Do you want to put a placeholder in, Martyn, so I send everyone to you, or do you want for me to send everyone to the extra channel? Let me know what you wanted me to do. I've unfortunately got lunch. I've told my wife exactly when I want lunch. Oh, she's waiting for me. She wanted to have it earlier, but I said I'll be done at 1:30. So we'll come back to that in a second. So the main story of today is the Powell, the retail main story. The main story is the China escalation news. That's actually what's really important. James, yeah, we can have a look at NVIDIA. The main news is the Powell resignation rumors. And what's going on, let me reiterate, the social media, especially X. Yeah, give me 5 minutes. Brilliant, Martyn. Thank you. Got to keep the missus happy. yes. Then I've skived on a few things before. I promised that this time. Powell resignation rumors swell, so don't bet, but don't bet on it. So what is circulating social media, especially X and Twitter, lit up over the weekend with speculation that Fed Reserve Chair Jerome Powell might resign. But let's be clear, there's no official statement, and Powell has publicly stated in the past that he has no intention of stepping down, even amid political pressure. Betting markets reflect on that. They're extremely low. What do we actually know is happening today, and what you need to keep a lookout for is Powell will speak at 1 p.m. Eastern time today. That's in about 5 hours. And at the Fed International Finance Division 75th Anniversary Conference, markets will be watching closely for any tonal shift, and we'll be covering that live on the show. So make sure you're subscribed and you've got your notification bell on, because that's when the markets will move. That's what will affect maybe what goes on the rest of the week. If we've got two pieces of bad news, something in the tone of Fed Powell, and also escalating Ukraine, Russia, also escalating issues in China and US, then we can be in for another downturn. Carry trade next week. I mean, there's plenty of reasons the market might start moving towards the downside. So be prepared for that. Powell will speak at 1 p.m. He met with President Trump on the 29th of May. Reports say Trump pushed for more aggressive rate cuts, but Powell doubled down on his stance. Monetary policy will remain data dependent, not politically driven. So bottom line, the Fed chair resigning would be a major shock, but right now there's no real evidence it's happening. Markets are alert and not panicking. So I wanted to make sure I bring you the real news, and there's a lot of fake news circulating around. James has just asked for us to look at NVIDIA. So that's NVDA. Let's have a look at NVIDIA. Yeah, I mean, exactly as sort of predicted. We said $140. Be ready for that. It went a bit above $143. Plenty of time to take some profits. In fact, what it actually went up to was the previous high. Didn't make a higher high. I'm going to put array instead. Let me do this. I went to the previous high, $143, so two levels of taking profit zones, and ever since it broke back below, and if you break back below resistance or support and you don't hold that support, you're going back down to next level. So what it's done here, it's trying to close this gap around $133. So around these levels again, traders might enter. It all depends on breaking $143. It all depends on the wider markets. Right now, NVIDIA is between $131 and $140. Whichever way it breaks, you've got more support down here. If it breaks towards the upside, if you want the renewed long-term bullish sentiment, you need to break $143, so at least you have a higher high, and then you'll be off to all-time highs, targeting $172. If you start bringing some more negative momentum in the market, whatever that might be, whatever that catalyst might be, if you break $131, you've got another level at $126. If $126 breaks, then historically, every time you've broken $126, you've gone basically straight down to $100. So keep an eye on that as well. Depends on the broader markets. That's a quick roundup for that. So I'm going to connect this stream to Martyn's next stream. Let me get that ready. He'll have the link for us very shortly. I just want to make sure it's all linked up properly. So let me go edit. Yes, we'll get ready for that when that link comes out. Let's have a look at your comments section and see what everyone's saying as well. Let me close the poll and give you a response to what you guys voted as well. Want the same charts plus insights I used before the market opened, and I've linked the newsletter pin. Yes, send me the link. 42% of you, that's 42% of 242 people. That's a lot of people actually, and that's more than I expected. So thank you for all that support on there. Let me see if we've got I don't think anyone's signed up yet though. Want the same? Yeah. So you want the link? I'll pass for now. 41%. I'm already on at 10%. What's inside the newsletter? 4%. So the link for the newsletter is here. Once you click on that link, thank you, Martyn. I'll link it in a second. Once you click on that link, you'll get movement taken over to this page. You've got the 7-day free trial. That's on the annual plan, $120 a year, $7 free trial. That works out to about $10 a month, I think. I've got it on my Powell page as well. You can see exactly what this newsletter includes and why it's so powerful for everyone. It's no noise, as you've seen. It gives you the most important headlines. I'm looking at the charts I'm looking at. So 5 things you need to know before the market opens. You get the chart of the day, you get the big stories that are broken down, and you get the exclusive insights on EVTOLs every Saturday now. You get tools and thinking points to build real conviction. So again, I write it alongside Martyn and Vaz. We just upgraded the newsletter. So what do you get as a premium member? That works out to about £90 a year, 25p a day, or 33 cents a day. You get the daily market forecast, you get the deep dives, you get the chart breakdowns, you get the EVTOL specials, you get the community access, you get to go back and look at everything we've released previously. You get access to the deeper dives, you get access to the morning insights, hours and hours of research as well. So also, if you've got it, I recommend getting the app. Remember, nothing's financial advice. So once you go to that page, the link is in the chat. And once you go to that page, you've got the annual plan. That's the one that gives you the 7-day free trial. You can go monthly, or you can become a free member as well. So we've got Martyn's next show there. So I'm going to link it to that. Let me see if we can link it. Oh, it's already linked. Thank you, Martyn. So yes, so everyone can start going there. Make sure you leave a like on Martyn's stream. Comment that Sensei sent you there. Go onto that stream and say Sensei sent me there. Martyn will be live shortly. Hold for Powell. Interesting. Powell is going to be talking today. Thanks for your time again, Sensei. Much appreciated. Thank you, Robbie C, for coming in. Depends on the house. If hardwood floors, usually not. Carpets, yes. Brilliant. Okay, thank you everyone very much. While you're waiting for Martyn to go live, I strongly recommend you go and sign up for the newsletter. Also coming out today is the second video of the series of how to trade like me, basically, or learning technical analysis, learning everything I know. There's the link. I've put it 2 times in the chat. You can go sign up for that. That's cheapest. You will find a course like this anywhere. $2.99. In fact, it's free because you got all the other benefits before. So do sign up to that. In the meantime, while Martyn's going live, you'll get the second video today all about candlesticks. So I'm sure you'll enjoy that. Very powerful. And then there's the newsletter. A few things to keep you busy while you're waiting for Martyn. Thank you everyone for tuning in. We'll be back every morning at the same time before the opening bell. If there's anything major occurring as well, I'll be here throughout the day. Until next time, do I have tea with your lunch? I don't, James. I normally have it after. Enjoy your lunch, buddy. We'll catch you next time. Thank you everyone for tuning in. I really do appreciate it. I love doing this every single morning and interacting with all of you and going through all the news and charts of the day. It's a great pleasure to be able to do that for all of you guys. Until next time, take care of yourselves and each other. Bye-bye.